Lamar, after Rozier missed the layup at the end of the game, you were the first person to put your arm around him. What did you say to him in that moment?
It takes a lot of courage to have the ball in those type of situations to want to take that shot. And Michael Jordan says it, like you gotta live with those shots that you make, and you gotta keep taking them because you believe in yourself. So that's kind of just what I wanted to remind him. Like, it takes a lot of courage to take the shot, and you gotta live with the results, good or bad. And he was good. He responded.
And he to get to the rim, he used like that hesitation move on the baseline.
Yeah.
He did a few games before as well. Is that something you see him pull off in practice a lot as well?
Yeah, he's a smart player, so he knows he uses quickness to his advantage. So when he stops on the dime, then goes back to 100 miles an hour, it's hard to guard.
Lamar, what have you guys learned about yourselves ever since the first time you guys played Michigan, and against Michigan specifically? What do you guys think you can do differently this time around to have it be a little more competitive?
I think we got a lot more confidence in our offense. I think we're finding ways to score and stay in games and really compete at a high level. I think we're really confident in our team going against anybody in this league. So I think that's just the biggest difference. I don't think we're going to change anything. Just play a little harder than we did and execute more offense.
How much does it take to learn how to be a guy that wants the ball in a situation like that? I'm sure that it's stressful.
Yeah.
It may be a little scary to
Right.
want the ball in that situation. How long does it take to learn how to be comfortable in that moment?
You have to embrace that role. When your teammates believe in you, your coaches believe in you, you have to embrace that role, and you just have to work on the shots you think that you may get. You might have to get to your spots where you're comfortable at the end of games, and I guess that comfortability just comes over time. Just keep practicing, keep putting yourself in that position, and having confidence in yourself.
Has it been different for you even this year? Because there are a lot of guys you could lean on last year. There's guys you can lean on this year, but you're sort of the guy that people look to
Right.
in those moments. Has there even been a curve for you a little bit?
Yeah. There was times early in the season I think I missed a couple free throws down towards the end of the game, and just with a lot of repetition, I tried to focus on becoming a better free throw shooter throughout the entire game. And my coach has confidence in me, to give me the ball in those situations, and he believes in Rod too, to make the right play. So it just like I said, a lot of repetition.
Josh played one of his better offensive games of the season against Ohio State, and it felt like early on in the game he was getting a lot of his points from steals and deflections and getting out in transition.
Yeah.
How much do you think the team he says is an example for the rest of the team of once you start playing defense and hustling, that'll build your confidence on the offensive end?
Yeah, coaches always preaching defending, rebounding, let that lead to our offense, because we can really be a good defensive team at times. We just got to let that, be the thing that pushes us for our offense. And Josh, embodies that. He's always been a defensive first type of guy, and he's able to get those steals and runouts. And that's his game. That's just what he does.
Do you feel that yourself whenever you have a big stop or you come with a deflection on the defensive end, the following offensive possession, does that give you more confidence to maybe have a quick release on a catch and shoot, something like that?
Yeah, because you got a big stop, and we take pride in getting stops. So shutting your man down definitely, you got that stop, and he might be down, so it's time for your time to attack.
Myron's playing time has kind of fluctuated from game to game, but yet he's still called upon in late game situations.
Right.
How does that affect the offense and the flow of the offense, and also him as an individual developing?
It doesn't really affect the flow of the offense because we're used to playing with him out there. It's not the first time. I know last game wasn't the last. And MJ knows his role. He's working hard every day, trying to get stronger, trying to get better on the defensive end. But I know he's really in there to score when he does come in. and get shots up, and we all know that too. So it's not much of a change.
How has Coach Chambers kind of kept you guys going, even when it seems like maybe one crazy thing after another happens
Yeah.
at the end of some of these games? I mean, this shot clock thing I don't think anybody's ever seen, but how has he kind of kept you guys together and going forward?
Coach has been doing a great job. It just, in tough times you don't divide, you get closer together, and that's what's going to help this team for the long run. Maybe not even just this year, but we got young guys that are having a great learning lesson for the future, and I think that's a main thing. But we're focusing on one day at a time, one game at a time, and we're kind of taking the rest of the Big Ten in chunks. We're not looking at our overall record. We're looking at it game by game, and just trying to get better each day. And everybody's really bought into that.
And what was it like for you to see Josh play the way he did? It looked like there was a renewed joy to his game out there at Ohio State.
Oh, it was great. It was great to have Josh out there, and it did look like he was having fun. Josh loves getting steals, so every time he's getting steals, I know he's having a great time. But I think that was really great for his confidence and for him to be with us in that stretch after having such a big game. I think it's going to really be beneficial to us in this final stretch.
Why do you think older guys on teams like this still care so much? You can all get closer to whatever's next for you. It would be easy to kind of not mail it in, but not try as hard as you are. And it seems like all of you, nobody's lost that step. Why do you think you're invested in trying that hard, even if maybe no one would blame you if you didn't?
Because we're all competitors. I think, you don't look at the overall record. You're looking at this game, at this opponent, at the person going against you, and you're like, I want to beat him. And that's what we all are. We all are competitors, and we never want to lose. So it doesn't matter if we're 0-100. If we have a game tomorrow, we're still going to go hard and want to win that game and win that possession. I think Coach does a great job in bringing in guys that always want to compete and play hard all the time. And I think that's just the Penn State way. That's just what we do.
One guy we haven't got to see this season for transfer rules is Isiah Brockington. And Pat has lauded his abilities in practice in the past. What is it like for you? I don't know if you go up against him one-on-one all the time in practice, but what does he bring to practice for you guys that are playing, and what kind of impact has he had in maybe going forward? How do you think he could fit with this team?
He's a lot like Josh. He's a really good defender. Doesn't get steals like Josh, but he'll lock you up, and he's a freak athlete. So going against him and playing against him every day, and how determined he is on defense, and just like how freakish his athletic ability is, it's tough to go against every day, and he competes hard. So it's been really good for our team and our guards, and he can even guard some of our forwards. And so it's been good to compare going against him in the game.